We're now going to start looking at creating an entire website. So this first video is going to be the beginning section, which is setting up our HTML, CSS and getting the header created. I'm going to create a standard looking web page which will have a header at the top, followed by a navigation bar, some content and then a footer. So inside my index.html document, you'll notice a lot of this code is the standard code we use to start. I've got my doc type HTML. This line here is new, we haven't seen this before. It's simply saying that my HTML is going to be in the language of English. You don't have to put this in, but if you ever see this, that explains what it's doing. In Ed, anything that is in red, if we hover over, will also give us a bit of a hint as to what it's doing. So I've done my doc type HTML. I've set my language to English. I then set up my head tag. Inside my head tag, I'm going to link to my CSS. My CSS is called main.css, so I make sure that I've got the name there matched up. I'm then going to give a title to my web page. These two lines here are also new. This one here, character set, UTF-8, is simply another standard that is generally used on all English websites. And this is saying that the character set we're going to use is going to follow the UTF-8 standard, which is compatible with most computers in the world. The next line is all about the view of the web page. Viewport Content with device width initial scale. What we're looking at here is ensuring that the browser has instructions on how to control the scaling and dimensions. If I'm looking at this web page on an ultra wide, on a mobile phone, whatever it may be, I've now set up that the content width will be the device width. So it doesn't matter what the device is, it is going to scale to that device. So this is going to give me a responsive web page no matter what it is that I'm looking on. Now that we've got that, I'm going to create my header. So what we're going to do is we're going to create everything inside div tags. So close my head, start my body, close my body. Now inside the body, I'm going to create div class, and I'm going to call it a header. Div class header because that's what I'm creating. Now in here, I'm going to create a header 1, and I'm going to call this whatever it is I want to call it. For our header, I'm just going to do some simple styling with some colors. You might have a really nice photoshopped image or Illustrator image that you want to use as your header. Now that I've set up my div class, I'm going to style it with CSS. So I'm going to go to main.css and I'm going to start putting in my style. First thing I'm going to do is set up a margin of 0 on my body. And now I'm going to style the header. I called the class header, so I'm going to do dot header. And I'm going to set up just some random choices of what I want from my header. So there we have it. I've set up a header for my web page, given it a name, centered it, given it some padding so it looks nice and in the middle, and I've given it a grey background. You can do whatever you want for that design. When I resize, you'll notice that it always goes into the center. And the reason for that is because of the setting we did at the beginning in our HTML, which was width device scale 1. So it knows how to resize my page automatically.